Ms. Transformers 96 here with another video where I'm going to be talking about a Force Friday kind of update. I do this, the past 2 years I've done Force Friday videos as more figures were shown that were going to be released on Force Friday. We have two here, which is very exciting for Elite Series collectors, which is myself included. I do collect the Elite Series, which are Disney Store exclusive figures that are completely die-cast. They are articulated, not as articulated as the Black Series, but they're still pretty well articulated. So, I really loved the Elite Series when it came out for Force Awakens, and I still really liked it with Rogue One. I'm starting to kind of get away from it a bit, just because I found that they're not, they're nice. I do love the die-cast factor of them, but a lot of times they can be disappointing in some aspects. But I was still very much hoping that they would continue to do them for The Last Jedi, and it looks like they are, because we have two figures that have just been shown. One's the Executioner Trooper, which we've seen in the behind-the-scenes images of The Last Jedi, and then the other one is the, how does this pronounce? Praetorian Guard. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, but they are the new Royal Guards, essentially, for The Last Jedi. So this is exciting. Wanted to quickly talk about these and speculate a bit about who else could be in this first wave of Elite Series figures. Most of the time, Elite Series just does one wave, and then they'll have like some others that come out, like as just here and there. Like one more will come out here and there, and a lot of times a lot of them are just repaints. But with these two figures, starting off with the Executioner Trooper, it is just a repaint, but that's not necessarily a bad thing considering it's a repaint in the movie. As you can see at the bottom left, the Executioner Troopers, I am looking forward to them. I hope they're not just like background troopers. I hope that they do something, but they're essentially just first order regular stormtroopers with slightly more black color scheme. They've got black on their shoulders, and then they have half of their face, or like a quarter of their face, the helmet piece is black, which I think is kind of neat. And then of course their big draw is their new accessory, which is the Executioner style claw gripping weapon. We did see also just somebody in the behind the scenes video just testing out the weapon like in the workshop, and it splits open, and apparently what they say is it'll spin as well. So it looks like it's a pretty neat fun weapon. As far as the figure goes, again, it's just a repaint. It has those extra black details on it, and then he has the weapon. The weapon is the only new piece on that figure. The weapon does look very cool, and I've noticed that sometimes the Elite Series weapons look pretty nice with the Black Series weapons, or with the Black Series figures. So if you wanted a little bit larger, Executioner weapon to go with your Black Series Executioner Trooper, the Elite Series ones work perfect for that. So I might actually end up giving that to the Black Series one. But it does look like a nice figure, although with the lacking any sort of rotation at the elbows, you won't be able to pose him holding it with two hands, which is a massive issue. It's the biggest issue that Elite Series has, in my opinion. Then we have the other one, the new Royal Guards. They're looking very cool. I say that. I at some points, I really love the way that they look. Here's the thing. I really like their look. I just don't think it matches with Star Wars, personally speaking. From all the images that I've seen of them in the movie and the official images of these Royal Guards, I don't think that they look very Star Wars-ish, but they look cool. So I'm hoping that when I see them in action, I kind of see them in the Star Wars environment. I will start to hopefully change my opinion a bit. But like the official image of them that was just released yesterday, the two of them, they look awesome, but that does not look like a Star Wars picture to me. So yeah, we'll see. But they do have a really unique, cool look, and they're a fun update of the Royal Guards, and they're much more samurai-ish, and it looks like they'll be able to fight, which is cool. And as you can see from the images at the bottom right, there are several different designs of these Royal Guards. You have two that have just kind of smaller helmets, which you can see at the top right there, and the middle two have those like smaller helmets, and then they'll have weapons. I don't know if their weapons are specific to what's helmets they have, but that is possible. But the ones with the smaller helmets seem to have those spear sections, the spear with just the blade on one side, and also that other kind of almost like a bat, but like a sharp bat almost. And then you have the two that have wider helmets, which I think look a little bit cooler. And there's one that has like a split double blades, and then there's one that has a spear, but it's bladed on both sides. The Elite Series figure that we have here is the one with the larger helmet top section, and then it has the split blades, which I think is one of the best actually. Maybe the double bladed spear one is a little bit of a cooler accessory, but overall I do think it looks very cool. The figure itself does look nice. Looks like it has like a rubber section similar to the Chert Imwe figure for Rogue One. But that figure does look pretty cool. I am hoping, that maybe that one, for some reason, because that's a completely new sculpt, maybe it has a little bit of rotation at the bicep or something. I don't know. Just based on the way that his arms are positioned, I think it's possible. I definitely don't think it's likely though. But these two look very cool. And as far as their packaging is concerned, the packaging is just like the other ones, although with the Force Awakens, it had a nice kind of really bright red background, and with the Rogue One, it had a really nice bright blue background. These have like a grayish bluish tint background that's very dull, which I'm disappointed with. I would have preferred another bright color, if they went with like green or something like that. I would have really liked that, just because I love how unified they are, but in different ways. So I don't like this more dullish look. I wish that they went with a little bit more brighter one. But overall, still think that these look very cool. The Elite Series ones, I do not plan to buy very many of these on full retail, just because these things go on discounts all the time. And I mean, for the last couple of months, all of the Elite Series figures at Disney stores have been down to $6, and these retail for $27. So I really don't plan to buy many of these on full retail. However, I will buy at least one. Just for the experience of Force Friday. I want to get to the Disney store, first thing when it opens, Force Friday morning. I did the same thing last year, and it was a ton of fun. And even just talking to the people outside who are all doing the same thing is fun as well. So at the very least, I'm going to pick up the new Royal Guard. I'll definitely be getting him. The Executioner Trooper, because it's just a repaint, I'm probably just going to wait for that to go on sale, but I will pick it up once it goes on sale. And then as far as the other figures in the assortment, they did 8 for Rogue One, so I would imagine they'll do probably 8 again. Rey, Luke, Kylo Ren, and Finn, I would imagine, are absolutes. Then we have these two figures, and then I would guess that there's going to be another Royal Guard. And then the last figure, assuming they do 8, is probably either going to be another Trooper, or there's possibility of Snoke or Rose. I would guess though Rose. Maybe Poe Dameron, although his look doesn't change at all, so probably not Poe Dameron. So that's kind of my guess of this assortment, but I definitely wouldn't be surprised if there's another Praetorian Guard. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but there's probably going to be 2 of them in this first assortment. But overall, definitely going to be picking that one up on Force Friday. Can't wait to see the other Elite Series figures that will be released on Force Friday, and cannot wait to see the Elite Series figures that will be released on Force Friday, period, from all companies. Very excited for Force Friday. I absolutely love it. One of my favorite days of the year. It's always something to look forward to. So there you go. That's my video talking about these 2 new Elite Series figures for Star Wars The Last Jedi that will be released on Force Friday, which is September 1st. So let me know what you guys think of these, and thanks so much for watching.